Hi everybody, it's Diane Nalini from Ukulele for Jazz Singers, and today I want to continue in the series Getting to Know the Fretboard with vocal warm-ups and vocal exercises. We're going to cover one of my favorite vocal exercises that I do almost every day as part of my warm-up. We're going to be lifting up our tongue towards our palate to make that sound. And we're going to slide up and down the octave. So we're going to start on G. Now, if you're playing a low G ukulele, you're going to get your low octave note from the open G string here. And our top G that we're aiming for is going to be a fretted G on the E string at the 3rd fret. And so we're just basically digesting the fact that I've got one G here at my open G string and another G here at the 3rd fret of my E string. G, G. So we're going to say the note name and then we're going to do our slide. And my mouth is slightly open and I'm smiling and I've got my tongue touching the top of the palate. And I'm making a sound as if you're like NG, and I'm going to slide. And now I am going to fret my G string at the A flat, 1st fret of the G string, making an A flat, and I am going to use my pinky to be up at the 4th fret on the E string, and that's also A flat. A flat, A flat, I will do the same for the note A. Now, of course, if you're playing a high G ukulele, you're going to hear this twice. But that's okay. I still want you to start singing an octave lower, even though on a high G you're going to just hear this note twice. It's still a helpful exercise because you're still getting to learn what these two, where these two notes are and how they're related across my from the G string to the E string. So you should notice that you are basically spanning from fret 2 to fret 4 across these particular strings. A. Now we'll go to B flat. B flat, B, and I'll do C. So now I have learned where I've gone from G on my open E, what is the open E string, when I fret it at the 3rd fret, I go G, G sharp or A flat, A sharp or B flat, B, C. Now you can continue up this string and just stay on strings 1 and 3, on the G. I'm going to try not to number the strings because it gets very confusing. You can just stay on the G and the E string and slide up as much as you're comfortable vocally. I would sort of stay there depending on the day. Don't go any higher than you feel comfortable with these octave slides, okay? But the other thing you can do is switch strings now. So now let's start on the C string and go over to our A string. So we're going to play an open C. So open C string, and on my A string I'm going to fret at the 3rd fret to get my octave C. And I'll start here. Then C sharp to C sharp. And notice if there are breaks in your voice. What you're going for ideally is a smooth transition. Depending on where you start, and if you're a man or a woman, you're going to be crossing between chest voice and head voice. And so you're working in your mix area here, and you're transitioning and trying to transition smoothly between that sort of chest and head register as you do this exercise. So let's go D to D. Now for me, I did that one all in head. D sharp to D sharp. E to E. F to F. And I'm going to stop there. But you get the picture. What you're doing here is you're developing familiarity between the octaves, and you're learning the strings in a different way from the last exercise that we did. So this is just a short post because there are lots of these fun exercises that we can do as we get to know our fretboard and we work through our vocal exercises and doing things that we just need to do anyway. And that exercise in particular I really like because you don't necessarily always have to sing that way, but occasionally, depending on what tune I'm doing, if I'm scatting or what have you, I might very well go da ya da ba ya da ba 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 ba. And so those sorts of exercises, they all help us have a smooth transition as we slide up and down octaves. So there is an application for that exercise in your singing life, but it's a fun one to do when if you're feeling a little bit sort of like, oh, I'm not ready to sing full out yet. Then doing that with that closed mouth position is a nice safe way of focusing on your transition and zooming in on that particular act of thinking of going between chest and head register and just smoothing out those transitions with a closed mouth position. Okay, so have fun with that, and I hope that these exercises are helping you to also get to know your ukulele fretboard as you do these vocalizations. Bye, see you next time.
I called my love false love, but what said he then?